we are officially on a walk. It is probably the first time in, I want to say, probably like almost months. I think the last sunshine I physically seen and got in Durham was like around Christmas time, funnily enough, even though it was snowing. But it's officially really sunny, and I was checking the forecast and I think it's supposed to get really rainy again in Durham, so I'm taking this opportunity to actually get outside in the sun. I've been doing a lot of exercises just indoors, just with it being so rainy. I don't mind being out in the rain, but for quite a while it's been like torrential rain, like everything is flooded, and the fields around here are like really soaked basically. But it is England as well. England always gets really, but look at the view, how pretty. But England does get a lot of rain, so I'm not gonna be too annoyed about it. I'm just actually happy, even if it wasn't sunny, like just the fact to be able to see blue sky. Like I can't remember the last time I saw like a blue sky. This walk as well, like walkway that I've done, this bit, and like there's another few fields further back around the opposite side of this village. It's usually quite like a busy like dog walking area, but I am forgetting it is Valentine's Day today, so a lot of people are probably having a nice meal or doing some celebratory stuff, so it's probably why it's actually really quiet here. This is probably the quietest I've seen this bit, especially on a sunny day. This route usually has like loads of dogs coming, because you can come from like 3 different points. Well, technically 4, but you've got like a way, like a entrance point there over that side, 2 over there, and then 1 right from up like the top of it. Doesn't look like a hill, but it's a massive like chalk hill kind of thing. But I'm forgetting it's Valentine's Day, so this is probably the perfect time to actually sketch, because there is literally no one here, which is like never happens. Like I say, it's quite like a popular walkway, especially for like dog walkers, and it also connects 3 villages, so you can like get to A to B basically. But it's just really nice. managed to get ourselves on another walk. It is another sunny day here in Durham. I am so happy. I don't know whether I'll be able to capture it, but we are just walking through the fields. My face is really red because for all it is sunny, it is still freezing. The wind, I think, is making it feel like -4 today. So says my phone. And it definitely feels like my hands are numb. I was going to paint, but obviously I picked the most exposed area, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage. So I think I'm going to do a walk route around the field, and then I think I might go down and walk to the church and maybe sketch and paint in the church. To the other side of the field, I've had to, I don't know how much you're going to be able to hear this because obviously I only use my phone speaker and I know it's really windy. But I've had to put my hood up because the cold wind is really hurting my ears. Not to complain, because it is a beautiful day. It's very sunny and the sky is actually blue for once. There's still a bit of cloud cover but not loads, and we've had sun for 2 days running, so I'm so happy about that. It's just nice to see for a change. I don't really mind the rain personally. I actually think the rain is quite pretty. So guys, we are finally back in the house. I did some plein air sketching, which you'll have seen already yesterday. We just went to our usual spot at Holgarth Church. I will quickly show you the sketch that I done in light. I think I showed it yesterday while I was in the car sketching, but it just looks a bit easier to be able to see it with like natural light. We'll quickly have a flick through of what I took, even though you'll have seen bits. I'm sorry if I still sound out of puff and if my nose is really red. For all I feel better in myself, I've still got like the cold still hanging on me. I don't know why it's taking so long for me to budget. For some reason it's been going on about three and a half weeks. In terms of my health, I'm back to full health, like energy wise, but for some reason my nose is still like running like a tap and I still have a bit of a cough. So it must just be taking a hold on me a little bit more. But yesterday we went to, like I said, Holgarth Church. We went to a few different spots and just everywhere yesterday. I don't know what was going on, if everyone was just in a rush everywhere, but it was so busy, like every road around Durham. So we wanted to go somewhere different, but we were running out of light, so we just ended up going to our usual spot in Holgarth Church. In my last art haul, obviously, I did a little beach scene and some shells, and then this plein air sketching session, I did like a little loose tree scene. I really liked how this turned out. I always have to add a moon. I can't help it. The moon was not out. I think it was a new moon either yesterday, or it's either a new moon tonight, which is obviously you will not see the moon when it's a new moon. And I just added some typical sakura jelly roll white, as we all know I love to do that. There was a little stone like ornament that was at the tree base, but I just ended up doing a little bit of grey and then put a little bit of white like splodge there. Is it a little wisp? Will-o'-the-wisp? Nobody knows. Is it a little spirit? Is it a stone? But I actually really liked how this turned out. I just went in with some Rosa Gallery and the background, and then I went in with some of the polychromos, because I really do not use my pencils like enough at all. Like I very rarely use pencils, and it's terrible because I've got so many pencils. I'm like, I really should try and use them. But I really liked how this turned out. But yeah, so that was the little sketch I did, just one little sketch, because like I say, it was really late and we were running out of time. And then I did a little bit of journaling. I'm going to do some more journaling now. And in terms of what I took, as always, took my hard shell pencil case. And then I took the Rosa, as you have all seen. I've got a few more colours in than just this, but I have no more area to put swatch sheets in. That is what it looks like, if I can focus. And I really only went in for the sky. I just went in with some lavender, and I always forget what this one's called, but it's something like Indethalo blue or something. I always forget its name. It's not phthalo, I know that. And did I go with anything else? And then I did a light wash using using some burnt umber, and then I went in with a tiny little bit of Mars Brown. Mars Brown is up here, and then I went in with that kind of ochre colour, and then I went in with some like burnt sienna colour here. And that was pretty much all I did paint wise. And then for the other bits I went in with just a mixture of the polychromos. I pretty much used green gold, and then I went in with some raw umber and walnut brown. That was mainly for the trees I used. And then for the grass and like the darker bits, I went in with a little bit of May Green, which is beautiful, it's my favourite colour, that one, and some permanent green olive. And I think I went in with a tiny bit of emerald green as well, just to add some like vibrancy to the sketch. And then, as always, did a little bit of outline with the black. And I don't think I used any of the oranges. And then I just obviously used my standard, I get these from the range, they're like £1 I think, £1, £1.50, and you get a 3-pack. And just used these like travel paintbrushes, so it like holds the water. And I just went in with this kind of flat, it's really dirty, but as you can see, went in with this like flat based one and did the whole sketch with that really. And then in terms of the white effect, I went in with the Jelly Roll Sakura Jelly Roll, sorry, in a size 10. My favourite, I love these. I bought a pack of these because I go through them so much, and I cannot find the new pack that I bought, which is devastating. I got them in TK Maxx, believe it or not. And then for the sketch we went in with the Jumbo Faber-Castell pencil. And then fine liners that I took are the typical uni pin. Is it uni pin or uni pin? I get these from the range once again. I think they used to be like £1.60 something, but I think they've went up to about like just under £2 now. And I took like a sepia kind of colour, a grey, and then I took a black. And I only used the black and the grey for the sketch. I always just think having like a fine liner on top just kind of makes things easy to see when you're adding paint, just because it lasts a bit, stands out a bit more, so you can still kind of see where the lines are that you've drawn. But yeah, so I took all the pencils and paintbrushes in there, travel paintbrushes, and then fine liners in there, and then just my little painter. I say a little painter, it's actually just like a standard palette that I've took. And then I don't know why I'm zipping that, I'm going to unpack that now and do some journaling, but I just thought I'd quickly jump on and show you the sketch I'd done. I'm also in the process of doing this. I think I mentioned in a previous art vlog, I think it was my first art vlog of 2026, that I wanted to do a painting for the folklore story called the Easington Hare, which is like a local folklore here in Durham. And I will tell the story once this painting's finished, but I drew a greyhound and a hare and then like an older lady kind of going there. I've given very like a long purple hair, but I'm going to add a lot of grey tones and whites to it. It's not finished yet. And then like a kind of moonscape. I've went in once again with the Rosa Gallery for this, and the paper that I'm using is this one. It's really nice watercolour paper. This is the Hahnemühle Expressions 300 GSM. It's cold pressed matte, and size wise it is 9.4 by 11.8 inches or 24 by 30 centimeters. You get 20 pages, and it is watercolor paper, 100% cotton, rag and acid free. It also is cold pressed, and it's also gummed, so they're all stuck together, so it keeps the page nice and flat for you. I just wanted a little bit of a border around, which is why I still added washi tape, so one of these corners will be bare where you can kind of rip the pages off. So that's what I'm on for that as well. And then I may as well show you guys while I'm here. I also found in TK Maxx a Royal Talons. You're probably thinking, Eve, you've got enough. But TK Maxx gets some really good deals on like arty kind of art and crafts books and sketches and things like that. So I got this for £4.99. Isn't that a bargain? Because usually online and in most art shops they're around like the £8 mark, I think now. I finished a yellow one, if I can reach it. I finished this one in last year May, and that's when I moved on to my blue one, which I've just shown. I'm nearly finished that. I've only got a couple of pages left, but I love this colour, so I'm getting another one. With the Royal Talon sketchbooks you get 80 sheets, and this one is the 13 by 21 centimetre one. I love it. Like I say, they don't hold the water the best, but as you've seen through my sketchbook pages, this one and that, the blue one that I'm on, I really obliterate the pages with water. And yes, they buckle, but as long as like you're forgiving and like you're just kind of doodling in it and you're not bothered if it buckles, or sometimes like the pages leak and bleed a little bit, and like because the sewn bound, it sometimes bleeds in the middle as well when you start a new painting. As long as you're not bothered about that and you're not too fussy and you're not wanting like masterpieces to be drawn and created in here, then I think they're really good at sketchbook. Basically is what I'm trying to say. But I finished that one, but I got a new one because I'm like £4.99 bargain. And that is pretty much all I've been up to recently these past couple of days, and yeah, that is it. I just thought I would jump on and let you guys know. Oh, I'm getting trapped. But yeah, I just thought I would let you guys know what I've been up to, and you can see my camera, funnily enough, here in the mirror. I don't know if you can see my finger. I did not realise that. I thought my big head would block out the view, but clearly it is not, because I keep moving this way. I'm very like movie, like I'm a person that like moves a lot, like I'm fidgety is what we will say. But without further ado, I keep rambling, let's get on to some journaling. Picnic Park, which is a park area in Durham. This is the river. It's obviously really high because we've had like loads and loads of rain, as I think everywhere in Durham and the UK has. Oh, it's really nice. I'm deciding if I want to sit here or if I want to sit over there, which I think that bit seems a bit more secluded. So we will go. You won't be able to see it, but there is 2 ducks there foraging around. You can see the girl one and the boy one. It's coming up to spring, guys, so all the animals will be having their little babies soon, which is so cute. I know in summer months a lot of kids come here and they like get the little nets to fish because there's a lot of minnows in this bit. And I think you sometimes get trout as well, but really pretty. The sun as well is trying to get out. So we went to Malton Park picnic area, and I did, not that, I did that little loose sketch really quickly when we were there, and then I quickly did like a light wash of the background, but I just thought I'd quickly show you what I used. So I did that, and then obviously you saw when I was doing a car sketch, I also saw these starlings out in the garden. From across me there's a house, and like you can see like the telephone post, and there was a couple, and then there was a few in the tree that's in my garden because I just put some fat balls out for them. And I thought I would quickly do like a loose sketch just so I could remember what like positions the little birds were in, but I need to finish those. And then I obviously did that loose sketch when we went to our favourite church spot, which is in Pittington Holgarth. But I just thought I'd quickly show what I used and took. To do like the loose sketch, I just went in with the Faber-Castell jumbo pencil again, and I did a light wash for the backgrounds and like the base of these and the trees. I went in with the Rosa Gallery. I went in with a little bit of this grey and a mix of violet black with it, and then I added I think a tiny bit of lavender to this side, which kind of like made the a bit more like lilac-y. And then I mixed a bit of olive green and Oraline, and also Oraline green, just a mixture for this bit. And then on top of all that, once the paint was dry, I went in with some polychromos, just like a literal like mixture of different polychromos colours. And that's pretty much all I did for both sketches, for this one and this one. I know you can't see them very properly, but that's pretty much what I went in with. And then for that one, I did add some of the Sakura jelly roll, which I love to add on pretty much all of my paintings. But this one I haven't added any on. I'm just going to leave it without for once, which is not like me at all. I went in with the Unipin brush pen for the outlines because I do like a black outline on my like sketches, and for some reason I find like it adds good effect for the tree branches. And then I did a mix of the Staedtler pigment brush pens just to go on top of certain bits of the branches, and a little bit here. You can probably see like the scribbly effect. But yeah, I did those. And then obviously I took my trusty travel brushes. You can tell this time around which one I used. It was that one. And I also used that one, which is like a squared off travel brush. So those are what I did. I am off in a minute to see them, but I just thought I'd quickly mention those. And I'm sorry if my voice is a bit low and crackly. I am losing my voice. I think I'm getting another cold, which I really hope I'm not. I'm taking loads of vitamins because it really took me so long to get over the last illness, but I am starting to lose my voice. I can hear it. But yes, I just went with that, and I thought it was quite effective. I really liked how it turned out, even though it's very simple. I can tell as time goes on, yes, I do my paintings and sketches very like loose, but I've noticed as times went on, I used to really struggle with trees, but as I do them more and more, I have noticed, yes, it's in my style still, but you can definitely tell like they're meant to be trees. And I would say I'm slowly but surely getting a bit more, getting more comfortable doing them. I was looking for that one. Even though they're just loose little sketches and scribbles, I'm definitely getting more comfortable doing them and not as focused on how they turn out. But you can definitely tell they're trees, but it's just in my style. But I just thought I'd quickly show you those and mention what I did when we were out, and I will chat to you guys later.